Hello guys, Setosorcerer here again, and welcome to another tips and tricks video. Now today, I'm going to show you guys how to disable certain sounds in Minecraft using the Audiotori mod. Now, if you have no idea what the Audiotori mod is, it's basically a mod I reviewed about 2 months ago that reintroduces the nostalgic sounds of Minecraft. For example, if I do this, you hear the little Steve noise. Now if you're an old school Minecrafter, this was the original sound of getting hurt before the full release of Minecraft. Now this tips and tricks is going to be based on Audiotori and how to disable certain sounds, and I do have a custom sound pack as you see here. It's going to be disabling or reducing the sound of bat noises, disabling certain sounds of chickens and cows and endermen and spiders, and also rain. And this sound texture pack will be up for download in the description down below. And like I said earlier, I did a review on Audiotori about 2 months ago, and I forgot to mention this a few seconds ago, but basically Audiotori also is a sound texture pack, which basically will override any sound in Minecraft, and that's where we're going to show you guys today how to disable certain sounds in Minecraft. Now personally, I hate the Enderman Slenderman sound, which I kid you not lasts for 15 minutes, and if you're in the end and you're just like looking at like 10 of them, it really gets loud and there's just no way to dumb it down. So I disabled it completely, and I'm going to show you guys how to do so right about now. So the first thing you want to do is go to your roaming folder, or basically .minecraft. So the first thing you want to do is go to the Audiotori folder, which by default should be actually, I take that back. It's your resources folder first. And the first thing you want to do is just copy it. Just completely copy it. And you want to go to the Audiotori folder, which by default should be here if you install the mod. So I'm going to paste it, and it's going to take a while. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to open it. I'm going to remove anything but sound 3. You could mess with the music if you wanted to, but just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to use sound 3. Because sound 3 is basically what Minecraft uses nowadays to distinguish what sound is going to be used. So let's go over here. Let's mess around with the mobs. So in this case, all you want to do is just mess around with the sounds you want to change. So in this case, we're going to just change, let's delete everything but cow and chicken. Cow and chicken. Right here, cow and chicken. Delete. Actually, I'm going to save Enderman just so I can show you guys. Delete this. I'm going to rename this as chicken. I mean, this one as cow and this one as chicken. Cow. And this one as chicken. And this is the funny part. Chicken. If you check inside the folder, pretty much every single mob has a hurt 1 through 4 sound, a say 1 through 4, or step 1 through 4. As you see there, chicken has hurt, say, step, and cow has hurt, say, step. So using this little thingy, I'm going to change the sound of cows and chickens in Minecraft. So let me just get rid of everything else, delete that. Let me go over here and let me just change the name to blah 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 blah. Doesn't really matter what it is. Of course, you know, just for the sake of the video, just to show you guys that the sounds do change when you put it into this folder. So let's go back to Minecraft here. So we're back into the world here. Now if I click F, well, mine says S set to F9 or F4. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to disable my sound pack and only have the one here. So if I place a chicken here, actually let me go to creative mode. I have a moving chicken. And then I have a clucking cow. Yeah, this makes no sense. But yeah, you can change the sound to anything in Minecraft. Now using that mechanic, I'm going to close out Minecraft again. And let's go back over here. Now this right here is a sound texture pack I made. And I have a preset for you guys. When you download this sound pack, you're going to have something called clear. This is basically a 1 second audio file, an OOG file. You know, if you don't have Sony Vegas or you don't have like WavePad or Audacity or whatever, there's just no way to get an OOG file. So this is what you're going to use. So for example, let's copy and paste this. Let's go back to the AS whatever that I put over here, and let's go to mob. Let's go to Enderman. Now what you want to do here to change whatever sound you want is just paste your clear, which is basically nothing, and replace it with anything here. This right here is stare. Stare is basically the Slenderman sound that lasts for 15 minutes. So in this case, I guess I could let's replace death, because I think death is more easier to find. So all you have to do is delete it, or you can replace it as a different name. Click yes, right click, and then change it as death. Click enter, close the thingy, or just open Minecraft. And then let's go back to the world here. And if I spawn myself an Enderman, making sure that I have the same audio, yeah, it's still on. If I kill it by using a sword here, hopefully, there we go. Let's put it to nighttime real fast. Let's put it here. You're not gonna hear anything when he dies. There we go, nothing. So that's the way to disable any sound in Minecraft. Now to show you guys my texture pack, or not my texture pack, my sound pack real fast. So let's enable my sound texture pack. Let's disable the test one. And let me show you guys what exactly I changed here, and let me show you guys the before and after. Okay, so the first one on my list is the bat. So if I go down over here with a bunch of little bats in the bat cave, I'm a bat. So if you listen very carefully, I'm probably going to disable the music in the process. You could barely hear the squeaking. Now if I click F4 and I disable my sound pack again, you can hear the squeaking of torture. All the bats are squeaking very loudly. And that could really get annoying real fast. So as you can tell, almost nothing. And that's a sound I disabled because honestly, bats squeaking is just very annoying. Another one I disabled, of course I mentioned this earlier probably, is the chicken. Now this is by default. Unfortunately, can't really tell until they start walking. But it's really meant for the chicken farm I have over here. Because if you hear very carefully, there's a bunch of clucking. Yeah, that's actually footsteps. So if I enable my sound texture pack, it's no longer there. So let's let me show you the next one, which is the cow. Now, of course, you know, many of you will probably say, well, that's an annoying animal. So if I just put a bunch of cows over here, disable, you have a lot of more cow sound effects that are pretty annoying. All I have on mine is just the standard moving one. I disabled the footsteps because that was kind of annoying. Slenderman, if I could get this right on my first try, I'll show you guys what I mean. Stare. There is one sound. There it is. Okay, there it is. You hear it? Yeah, that's annoying. I'm gonna just move it. Oh god. Oh god. Hurts my ears. There we go. So if I have it here, it should just be disabled now, and you shouldn't hear the Slenderman sound anymore. And of course, the last one I have here is just a spider, standard spider moving. If I disable this, and if I punch it, you hear the little noise with the spider legs, which is pretty gross if you think about it. So many sound effects over here. Need to go to a quieter area. Yeah, that noise right there. It's very hard to hear, but I have mine disabled because I think it's a nasty looking, nasty sound. And the last one I did was the sound of rain. Now this right here is on. Let me show you off so you can hear a huge difference. This right here is the default sound, and of course many of you know that rain is very loud and annoying. And if I click F4 and I go back to over here to disable or enable, the sound has been dramatically reduced, except for the lighting over there. That was intentional. Actually, speaking of intentional, I haven't been able to do this in a while. Where is it? Where is it? Where's my button? I forgot my button. Oh, whoopsie. But that's pretty much it with this. Whoa, glitch. Glitch. Unable to locate signs at these coordinates. Yeah, that's a bug in the new 1.47, which hopefully is fixed soon. But basically that's pretty much it, and like I said, this sound pack will be up for download, and all you have to do is just change the name of the sound, definitely in the sound 3 folder, because that's where Minecraft draws the new sounds now. And of course, if you wanted to change, you know, actual music, then you could just go to the music folder, change that to whatever you want, and that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this small little tips and tricks. I think I kind of dragged it out a little too long, but hopefully I got all the important parts, and I showed you guys the before and after of certain sounds I did on my sound texture pack. So yeah, that's pretty much it with this video, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, it'd be awesome if you guys left a like, possibly a favorite, and of course if you're new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button for daily Minecraft videos and more tips and tricks in the future. Either way, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and other than that, talk to you guys later. Goodbye.